Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Anya Galakova. Today, we are here at the conference of the Russian Foreign Ministry Collegium. We will be discussing a wide range of issues related to our foreign policies. Let's go inside. We'll be having as our guest the Foreign Ministry spokesman Maria Zakharova and the current president Vladimir Putin. To open the conference, we would like to enter into context about Russia's history, starting around 1917 or 1918 when the communists came into power.
Thanks, Anya. After that event, around 1939 until 1945, USA and the USSR worked together to defeat the Nazi Germany. But that alliance didn't last long when the First Cold War began, 50 years after the American government didn't recognize the Soviet government.
Those were for sure important events to mention. As well, in 1962, the 13-day Cuban Missile Crisis led the Americans to fear nuclear war, at hand with the installation of Soviet nuclear missiles in Cuba. Soviet leader Nikita Khrushchev eventually agreed to remove the missiles.
Then, in 1989, with the fall of the Berlin Wall, the Warsaw Pact came down as well. And then, in 1990, Russia had hard times converting communist era into free market principles. But nearly a decade after the fall of the Soviet Union, our current President Putin rose into power.
That really refreshed our memory. Thanks. Now, would you please tell us from those events? We have seen that over the last decades you have had different interests and objectives regarding foreign policies. During these last years, which foreign policies were derived?
One of our priority objectives is the national security policy, which preserves and strengthens its sovereignty and territorial integrity to achieve high solid positions in the world community, always having the main focus in the interest of the Russian Federation as a great power.
We really want the world to see us as an indispensable player for helping to restore stability worldwide, by being one of the 5 permanent members of the UN Security Council. It is a fact, and the world has to know that we are a key player in restoring the world order. It is no longer unipolar. We no longer follow the lead of the Western powers. This is what we want the world to focus on, not the last decade issues, such as Crimea annexing to our country, nor the Ukraine crisis.
Okay, so now I see that your focus is more concerned in the Middle East. With the US withdrawal, you have the opportunity to insert Russia as a balancer. I think that is a very good approach. Becoming an indispensable worldwide player is a very important issue to address. And do you have or consider having a policy about international relations?
We do actually have one, our policy on human rights and international relations. This policy is intended to ensure peaceful cooperation among states while preserving the balance of conflicts of interests. Also, inside this subject, we need to make sure to follow norms of international law, such as the one in the UN documents.
It is clear that Russia over history has shown huge hard powers when it comes to war. But what are the soft powers that you consider Russia has?
We can use as an example the significance of religion in Russian life. It allows the state to collect huge social capital from having the blessing of the Orthodox Church. And in the same way, the Church benefits from the state by spreading its message of Christianity worldwide via Russian foreign policy.
As well for Russia, an important issue to address in soft power is to create its own competitive technological ecosystem, become the leader of the techno-economic bloc and a key participant in the development of new rules of the game in this sphere.
According to past history, I remember that Russia was a liberal state in the 19th century and saw the US as a strategic partner. Do you still have a liberal approach, or is it realistic now?
No, actually Russia has a realistic approach. Our country has a specific and different kind of civilization, where sovereignty surpasses democracy and national unity surpasses rule of law and human rights.
As I can see, there are many opportunities for constructive international cooperation in various fields, such as controlling the pandemic and other common challenges and threats, such as climate change. What can you tell us about that?
Regarding climate change, the Russian Federation is in favor of widening international cooperation with a view of ensuring environmental security and addressing climate change on the planet, including through the use of advanced energy and resource-saving technologies. Russia's priorities in this area include further development of scientific approaches to the preservation of the natural environment and further increase of cooperation with all states on environment protection issues to provide for sustainable development in the current and future generations.
Regarding the COVID situation, we are concerned and we are still taking measures to combat it. Russians will be taking a paid week off in order to try to reduce the cases of deaths, as now they have unfortunately reached its highest number ever.
Our time is almost over. Is there anything else you would like to say to conclude the meeting?
Sure, Anya. As a conclusion, Russia is really focusing on meeting its national and global goals in order to achieve the main objective of becoming a main player in restoring world stability. Thank you.